Ah! Hello! Welcome aboard the SS Jeremiah O'Brien. My name is Zachary Pilot Petrowski, and we are on the beautiful San Francisco Bay, standing on a floating piece of history. This vessel is a World War II Liberty cargo ship built in Portland, Maine in 1943. It's literally the last of its kind, dedicated to the U.S. Merchant Marine sailors and builders. Come on, let's go look around.
He was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was a top man at his craft, but then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille.
When America entered World War II, there was a high demand for ships for the Allied forces, since British vessels were being sunk faster than could be assembled. The solution was for America to build 2,700 of these exact Liberty supply and cargo ships for troops, jeeps, and all kinds of supplies to Europe. Not to mention, used to engage the enemy.
In boogie rhythm, you can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar is playing with them.
And just because the Liberties weren't gunships doesn't mean they didn't have big guns. This thing is bloody heavy. By God! Because Caucasian males were being drafted and drained from the workforce, a large majority of these ships were riveted and welded together by two surprising demographics: women and African Americans.
All the day long, whether rain or shine, she's a part of the assembly line.
Unfortunately, the stories of these unlikely shipbuilders are the ones that go untold, which is why this ship is dedicated to not only the sailors of this vessel, but the builders, and for good reason. Their combined efforts will become just as instrumental in the war effort as the GIs on the front lines.
As proud as a girl could be, there's something true about red, white, and blue, about Rosie, the riveter.
The significance of this Liberty ship, the SS Jeremiah O'Brien, is that it partook in one of the most complex and bloodiest combat operations ever executed in modern history, on June 6, 1944, for the invasion of Normandy, D-Day. It was this Allied invasion that changed the tide of World War II in Europe that, if failed, would have without a doubt completely changed the course of all human history. On D-Day alone, almost 2,500 American soldiers were killed in a matter of hours. Which makes you ponder the haunting question: for how many brave men was this ship their last voyage before sacrificing their own lives in the name of freedom and liberty? After the war, the Liberty ships were forever docked until they would eventually be turned to scrap or sold. Today, the SS Jeremiah O'Brien is the last remaining Liberty ship that has been miraculously saved and relatively unaltered since its wartime use. This iconic piece of living history is still fully seaworthy and takes annual trips up through Northern California. The ship is painstakingly maintained by a crew of volunteers. You can see her any day of the week, docked at Pier 45 in San Francisco's Bay. I encourage you to see for yourself this feat of engineering, for you too can marvel such a human construct of American wartime industry and glory. You're literally walking back in history, where it seems like every bunk, every corridor, and every weld has a tale to tell. Around each corner, you half expect to see the ghosts of the soldiers and sailors who offered up their lives to ensure the prosperity of our own. In turn, it is our part in preserving the icon of the SS Jeremiah O'Brien and the stories of those who honorably served the boarding. Once again, my name is Zachary Pilot Petrowski, and we hope to see you soon.